Who Framed Roger Rabbit? A presentation by me, Jaden Kuzi. So the fictional text I decided to cover is the film Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I really liked this movie and found the commentary and imagery of the film to be really great. The movie taught me a lot about an important part of history of Los Angeles, and it's really interesting seeing how some of the film's meaning and messages are still applicable today. So the scene I'm covering is the scene between Eddie Valiant and Judge Doom. So in this scene, Judge Doom explains his plans to take down Toontown and build a freeway right through it. The scene is a hint at an LA conspiracy involving the red car and essentially talks about the end of LA's public transit. I would say the overall plot of the movie revolves around this event, and in this presentation, I will be covering the context of the scene as well as breaking it down. So, the red car and the development of Los Angeles. Mentioned in our lecture and one of our assignments, the scene highlights the red car conspiracy, a conspiracy revolving around the emergence of freeways in Los Angeles and the dependency on the freeway systems. It's said that major automobile companies purchased the red car system, dismantled it, and forcibly brought on freeways to the city. In a sense, Judge Doom plays the role of these automobile companies in the scene, planning on taking down the red car system and putting in a for profit freeway system throughout the city. Something to note is that the freeway system we have in LA cuts through a lot of poor neighborhoods. This is similar to the film in Doom wanting to build the freeways through Toontown and completely erasing it as a whole. Tunes, what are they worth? Throughout the film, we realize that tunes are a marginalized group in society, and this is made clear with Doom's attitude towards the tunes. He has no regard for their lives and is willing to take them away in order to make money. The scene highlights how marginalized groups can be victims by the institutions and industries that we have in place today. The tunes' existence is exploited, and their purpose has no meaning other than for their labor or entertainment. And that's reminiscent of the working class in our own society. It's Dip! Jessica Rabbit screams, "It's Dip!" in fear for her life. Dip was something created by Judge Doom in the movie. It's one of the things that can kill a tune. It's made of turpentine, acetone, and benzene, things that are found in paint thinners. Dip essentially erases the tune's existence. I feel like dip can represent a lot of things. To me, like the image of dip is the erasure of communities, cultures, and history. A lot of the products of Western culture is responsible for the erasure of Black history and even Native cultures. Um, while the film probably like didn't recognize dip as like something like that, I think it's something to look at, especially since dip in the film has the ability to erase the tunes as a whole. Anyone notice that Toontown disappeared? If you grew up in LA, one thing you've probably noticed is the gentrification of some of the neighborhoods that we have here. Communities that were seen as dingy and unpleasant have now turned into beautiful, like trendy and hip communities that people want to place that quote unquote have abundance of culture. Um, what were once affordable communities, iconic to the city, are now disappearing and turning into completely different areas made for profit, displacing its local residents. The building of freeway systems through Toontown is similar to the gentrification of these LA communities, I feel like. Doom wanted to build the freeway and fill it with billboards and places of business, with no regard for the displacement of the tunes. I think the displacement of the tunes and the displacement of the people in our Los Angeles communities are parallels. Unfortunately for us Angelinos, though, it really feels like Doom's plans have succeeded. Judge Doom is a toon. In the final moments of the scene, it's revealed that Judge Doom is a toon himself. So now we're faced with a question like, why does he hate toons so much? For me, Doom hating toons is a product of the culture in the world of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. With the overall treatment of the toons, it's no surprise that Doom has learned to hate the other toons despite being one himself. I think this follows the theme of identity that we've covered in class and how our own identity can be corrupted by our culture and society. In conclusion, for me, the last scene of the movie has the most significance. Um, we get to really learn about the society the toons live in, and we are able to see the parallels between their world and our own. I really loved watching this movie because it reminded me of my childhood and it also shed light into some of the social issues we have going on today. And as for the discussion questions, these are the ones I came up with. The first one is throughout the film, Eddie Valiant's character is known to hate toons. What is the significance of Eddie's change of attitude towards the end of the film, and what can we learn from it? As for the second one, it is how does Judge Doom's character and the reveal of him being a toon represent the struggles with one's self identity? Anyways, that is the end of my presentation. Thank you.